There's nothing that our God can't do. Let's see. Passion. So the intro for this song, it's played a couple times in the verse. It's fairly simple. If you saw my last video of the simple, tips and tricks of this up on the 12th fret here, this lead, kind of right up there on the 12th fret. So key of G. If you want to do it higher, you can do it on the 12th. You can do it a little lower if you want in different places, but let's do it on the 12th. So starting on a G, 12 G. Here's that D, B15. That's a D note. So you're going G D G D. Then you're coming down here to the 13th on the B string, which is a C, and then on the 12th on the B string. So it's going G D G D G C B. You do that twice. And on the third time, you just come back to your G. Let that hang out. And then you'd be at your verse. So 3 times, same thing. The third time, you just, after you hit your B, just come back to your G. Pretty simple. The piano plays over the top of it. So in the first verse of this song, there's not really not much electric. Towards the second half of the verse, they do that lead again, but it's done a little lower. So a couple different ways you can do this. So just so there's your G where you're starting up here on the 12th fret. Pick any G you want. I mean, you could do it on the D5. Instead of barring there, that's actually the C. So you have to drop 1 fret on that bottom string. So this would be your D, so you're 2 frets up. Okay, so I do it this way. So same thing, if you were up here, you'd be playing it that way. Wherever you're gonna do it on the neck, besides on this 12th fret, your position, the string down is just 1 fret lower. Then you got the B8. So you can move that around the neck if you need to, if you're capoed, on 5 or 6, and you don't want to be playing way up here on the 17th. If you're capoed on 5, instead of playing up on the 17th, just come down here to the D5 and do it there. That way it's not so high. That's typically what I do. That's why it's good to learn those other locations of a G, where a G is. So anyways, first verse, you're kind of out. You'll do that lead again a little lower, partway into the verse. Just listen to the album. You'll hear where it comes in. And then you're at the chorus. Now at the chorus, the piano is kind of doing a G and an A. They're doing that on the piano with a G and an A, pretty much for the whole chorus. So if you don't have a piano player that can do that, or if you only have 1 electric, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just do some swells on that first chorus, just something nice and soft. But if you have 2 electrics, one can be doing swells, and the other one can be doing that. Just 12 on the fret, 12 G, just up to the A on the 14th. And then towards the end of the chorus, you hit that lead again. Praise the name, makes a way. There's nothing that are on God on that C is when you start that. There's nothing that are God. You hit that lead part again, and then you're into verse 2. Now in verse 2, you're just doing a G note. Can be on D5, can be up on the 12th fret on the G, wherever you want. I usually do it on the D5, but that's the verse 2. You just got that D5. Just a palm muted. That's all you're doing for the verse. You can throw in that lead part way through if you want. What I like to do at the end of the second verse is you're on D5. It kind of builds a little bit, you know. My heart can't help but believe. It goes to that C. So I like to slide up to the C. So D5 is a G. Your 7th, there's A. 9th is a B. And another half step, which is it's actually a whole step because you don't have a key in between there, is your C. Because think about this. You have D. This is your open D string. So 12 is D. So one full step down is your C. So I just like to do that D5. I like to slide up to that C before you go into that second chorus, slide back out. And then if you're the only electric guitar player, I would just be rocking out your chords. Right? If you're the only electric, I'd be rocking that out just to fill up the space. But if you have another electric doing that, you know, maybe you're up on the 12th fret. This stuff here that I'm doing, watch that other video of, you know, simple ways to help improve your guitar playing. This shows you those notes and how to do that. Just being up higher on the neck. And then if you're up here doing that, you're already in position to do your lead. You know, if you're rocking out the chorus, there's nothing that our God can't do. Mountain that he can move. Oh, praise the name, makes a way. There's nothing that our... So you're already right there to do the lead, which is nice. On the bridge, it kind of drops out. You know, maybe do some ambient, do some swell stuff in the beginning of the bridge, you know, as it starts to build. And then there's some, like some picking that's going on from the guitar. So this might not be exactly what they do, but this is what I like to do. So still based on that 12th fret place. So your first note it goes G, C. It's basically G and C, G and C. For the first beginning of the bridge, and then it goes G, C, E minor, D. So I'm playing those notes. So on the 12th fret, the G and the B string, and I'll have my pinky up on the 15th fret on the E string. So I'll just do some alternate picking between the two. So. You're just doing this. The picking pattern stays the same. You're just adding the different notes. And you just do whatever the notes, you know, pretty much are. So that pretty much only moves for when you're playing a D note. You got to bring it up to hit that D there. Other than that, it just stays there. So that would be your G on the 13th on the B string. That would be your C. E minor is the same thing as the G. And then the D, you're just bringing that pinky up onto the B string as well. And then at the end of the bridge, you know, you got that Let Faith Arise on the E minor. Let All Agree on the D. There's No Power Like His Power's on the C. I'll do the C, but I'll kind of, there's no power like His power. And then I'll do a slide out. So you're just hitting, kind of building that C with just down strums. Slide out. Then you're at that kind of accent chorus. You're back at the chorus again, and you got those accents. There's nothing that our God can't do. Can't sing it and do it at the same time, but so there's nothing that our boom, boom, boom. You're hitting that together with everybody. There's not a mountain that do, do, do. So you can either just slam those out on chords, or you can, if you, like I said, you got two electrics, stay higher, one stay higher in the neck. So the first note's a G, so there's nothing that or just slide out. There's not a mountain that move. Your C, then it goes E minor. Oh, praise the name, makes a way. To D. There's nothing that our God can't do. Right there on God. There's nothing that our God, and you just build it back up again. There's nothing that our So the second half of the last chorus, what I like to do is, if you're up here on the 12th, so the chords really are, it's G, C, E minor, and D, and then back to C. So what I'll do in the last chorus, I'm on a really high, you know, chorus or bridge or something, what I'd like to do up on this 12th fret here, to really add a little bit extra, is I will use my pinky. So I'm still doing my normal G, that stuff there, but the whole time I'm doing that is I'll take my pinky onto the 15th on the E string, which is a G. So you got a G here, just octaves, right? Different octaves. So I'll keep that, I'll add that on like a super high, like the second half of this last chorus, after you build them. There's nothing that our God can't do. There's not a mountain that He can't do. I praise the name, makes a way. So this, for the D, I gotta bring that pinky up to hit both. There's nothing that our, and you would be at your outro there.